In the headlines, recommendations for changes to the country's Bushfires Act. Prime Minister Skerrit, the featured speaker in the final Eggs and Issues breakfast for 2020. And a new location for the High Court of Justice before 2021. I am Andrea Louis with the Channel 5 News, back with the details after this.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, a new location for the High Court of Justice to be completed before the end of the year. Acting Registrar for the Supreme Court Registry, Marie-Therese Etienne, says extensive work has been ongoing at the new facility for the past several months, with the hopes of completing these works soon.
The Registry Division anticipates the completion of the ongoing works at what will soon be the new location of the Registry Division and the High Court of Justice. For the past several months, extensive retrofitting and other works have been ongoing at what is now the 2 uppermost floors of the Post Office building on the Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard at the Bayfront in Roseau. We are pleased to announce that this will very soon be the new location of the Registry Division and the High Court of Justice.
Etienne says the court has been functioning well despite the challenges of its present location and the COVID-19 pandemic.
Sittings in the criminal courts are currently ongoing in the physical courtroom space. The January session was conducted from January to March of 2020. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, jury trials were inevitably impeded for some time. However, since then, with observance and adherence to the protocols established by the Ministry of Health, the September criminal session began on September 22, 2020, and this session is ongoing. This demonstrates that the criminal court is functioning in the Commonwealth of Dominica, and the criminal matters at the High Court level are being heard, and that citizens of this country and other members of the public are being guaranteed access to the courts and to justice.
The acting registrar says there are several benefits to the new location for the Registry Division and High Court of Justice, including a 3rd courtroom, judges' chambers, and an elevator for the physically challenged.
The new location will include on the 1st floor the reception area, the civil registry, the court filing section, the probates and deeds section, the chambers of the Registrar General and the Deputy Registrar, the mediation room, the land titles registry, among other spaces. On the top floor, there will be a criminal courtroom. The criminal courtroom is the largest of the 3 courtrooms, and it is designed to accommodate sittings of the Court of Appeal and will be equipped with a judge's bench which is capable of seating up to 6 justices. There will be a civil courtroom, a 3rd fully equipped courtroom, as I referred to previously. There will be a meeting room which could be utilized by attorneys and their clients, the bailiff station, the jury room, a holding cell equipped with washroom facilities for the use of the prisoner, the court administrator, appeals clerk, court clerk, and other court staff will also be on that floor.
In more top stories, Prime Minister Skerrit to be the featured speaker in the final Eggs and Issues breakfast for 2020. Eggs and Issues is an activity organized by the Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce, DAIC, to bring greater exposure on particular issues of national importance to its membership and the wider public. Executive Director of the DAIC, Lizra Fabian, says next month's breakfast will be held under the theme, the Dominica Entrepreneurship Visa Program, Opportunities for Economic Advancement and Population Growth.
According to the Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, the Dominica Entrepreneurship Visa Program is designed to recognize the government's interest in providing a unique status to applicants who make a significant financial investment to Dominica, and also adding value to our foreign direct investment into the private sector. This widens our economic base by expanding business activity and creating jobs. As such, we encourage all our members and private sector stakeholders to attend this breakfast to understand from the perspective of the Prime Minister on the opportunities of Dominica's Entrepreneurship Visa Program to our economic advancement and population growth.
While pleased to host the final Eggs and Issues breakfast for the year as an in-person event, participants are being warned that COVID-19 protocols will be strictly adhered to.
In our continued effort to facilitate a platform for sharing of valuable knowledge and exchanging of ideas for enhanced decision-making, we are pleased to extend an invitation to our members, partners, and the wider private sector. Due to the COVID-19 protocols that have been established, we would encourage all participants to confirm with us the protocols for attending this and to ensure that all attendees take the necessary precaution.
The Eggs and Issues breakfast will be held at the Fort Young Hotel on Wednesday, 2nd December. In more developments, increased demand for quality telecommunication service, a key factor in government's commitment to building resilience in the sector. The commitment by Minister of State in the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for telecommunications and broadcasting, Oscar George. George says the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic has brought to the fore the need to have improved service quality for the people.
We have definitely entered an era where access to quality telecom services will remain increasingly relevant as the world continues to grapple with the COVID pandemic. This is a time when government and in particular the telecom operators have to engineer capacity into the networks as traffic on these networks are expected to remain at elevated levels. And with the high demand for e-services, the implication is that this traffic will remain at least at the current levels going forward. And as such, it is imperative that we factor this into our future plans. And just to substantiate what I'm saying, a recent study reported that many networks experience a year's worth of traffic growth in just a few weeks of implemented COVID-19 restrictive measures.
Such traffic remained above pre-pandemic levels even when the lockdowns were eased. George believes the infrastructure needed to support the development of such networks is key, as capacity limitation would hinder the user experience.
We definitely don't want a case where any capacity limitation undermines the quality of service and the user experience. And I say this because I foresee a period where capacity availability and the quality of service will supersede low cost as the main competitive advantage in the delivery of telecom services. And this will require serious consideration by the telcos on areas such as bandwidth and backhaul and other network requirements.
According to Senator George, the necessary legislation is being developed to support this venture.
This is very, very essential since it is not in the consumer's best interest to be granted access, which we have been pushing, and then be faced with poor quality service that makes it difficult to operate virtually. And of course, this will also be supported by legislation. We are currently in the consultative phase of the legislative process, and I anticipate steady progress with this to complement the actions by the providers as it relates to capacity and service quality.
You are watching the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid. But there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Welcome back. A recommendation for improvement to the country's Bushfires Act. The suggestion from Fire Chief Josiah Dupey as he expressed concern over the number of bushfires the department responded to this year.
For the year this year, we've had 367 bushfires. You might remember that very early in the year, we had several brush fires. I think the amount of brush fires that we saw and the impact on the environment in fact led us to making submissions that speaks to our Bushfire Act. And in time, with the approval of Cabinet, in time we are hoping that we can see some sort of adjustments in how people address burning, for example.
Dupey says a revised act will see a change in the way people burn items, which will in turn impact the number of bushfires which the department responds to.
It's just to give an indication that we are seriously concerned about the type of burning practices that we see across the landscape of Dominica. And Dominica being labeled the nature island of the Caribbean, really that kind of culture, an emerging culture, I must say, I think it rivals what we label ourselves to be. And I would like to use this opportunity to appeal to the wider public that come January, February, all the way into May, that we should do better in terms of our burning practices.
And an appeal to the Dominican public to play their part in the management of fisheries and the blue economy. The call from Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Blue and Green Economy, Dr. Reginald Thomas, as Dominica observed World Fisheries Day on the weekend.
We understand the importance of fisheries to our economy, to our people, to the livelihoods of our people. And so we have taken on that initiative to celebrate it and celebrate it in a meaningful way. We are the Ministry of Blue and Green Economy, Agriculture and National Food Security, and harnessing the true environment, the economy, true blue economy, which involves fisheries, is of importance to us. And as such, we have partnered with the private sector to bring, and the community to bring to fruition, management of the environment, management of the fisheries environment to keep it in a pristine manner.
The main activity for World Fisheries Day was a beach cleanup in Portersville. Member of Parliament for the Roseau North constituency, Danny Lugay, commended the turnouts for the activity and says the end result will help the tourism product.
So I think it was a valiant effort by the constituents to show up together with the other organizations or the main organizers, which is the ministry. But looking at the beach now, a fantastic job was done, and there are still teams to the north of where we're standing now. So it's a great effort, and I think if we can continue efforts that, I would expect that the next area we would take on would be the Fokole area. When the tourism is a way of developing the tourism product, because when tourists disembark from the Fokole port, usually they will just walk along there. So now that the beach is nice and clean, it's just a matter of maintaining that.
In the week leading up to World Fisheries Day, several sensitization activities were hosted to bring greater awareness to the public on the importance of that day. Senior Fisheries Officer in the Fisheries Division, Julian Defoe, says the department partnered with a non-governmental organization dubbed Nature to help make the cleanup activity a success.
We are engaged in cleaning up of the beach, and that is to foster and create an environment where the people that live in the immediate vicinity where we are cleaning can look at the example that we are bringing forth to them, and so that they can carry on and continue the cleanup campaign long after that we have gone. Okay, so that is what we are trying to do. So to create the impetus for the people of the area to move ahead and keep the beach clean, as we will leave it at the end of the day whenever we have done, and so that they will continue the good work that have started here.
Member of the Networking Action and Teamwork United to Restore the Environment, or Nature, is imploring the people of the community to keep the area clean, as there are several benefits to having a clean environment.
We're asking, we're pleading with the public to please keep the beach clean, because we need it. It's our environment, and if our environment is clean, then it will tell a lot about us. If the beach is clean and you come and you make the environment clean, then you're going to jump in the sea. And I mean, the sea is our beauty. So let's just try to please keep it clean. And I mean, Nature will continue, and we would like to continue to partner with Fisheries whenever we come up with this venture to keep the beach clean. And that's our motto, to keep the environment clean.
World Fisheries Day 2020 was observed under the theme, Preserving a Healthy and Productive Marine Environment Starts with You.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
To end the news, the headlines again. Recommendations for changes to the country's Bushfires Act. Prime Minister scurried to be the featured speaker in the final Eggs and Issues breakfast for 2020. And a new location for the High Court of Justice before the end of the year. Feel free to access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis. And to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Join us next time.